Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we dive into the latest Chelsea and non-Chelsea news. What has happened? Well, a few things happened last night in the Europa League. Not only did Chelsea play the Conference League and won 4-1, but there were other things, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that towards the end of the video because, yeah, I asked for a favour from a certain manager at the end of yesterday's video, and we kind of got it. Kind of. We'll get to that. But let's start off at home, and we've got a message from the gaffer. Here it is. So, got a message from the boss, which is basically Maresca basically telling everyone that he is now on Instagram. Yes, he's on Instagram. He is on Insta. You can follow him at Maresca. Chelsea have done it again. Do you remember when Thomas Tuchel joined the club and they made him create a Twitter? But that was under Roman. They made him create a Twitter. And then he did. And he only used it when he was at Chelsea. And then he never used it again. And only up until when he got the England job did he unfollow Chelsea. And I think he's going to be active on there again. But since Chelsea, he's not used that account. It's typical English press, English. What's the word that I'm looking for here? Not infrastructure. It's just the way that it is. With English organisations, it is what it is. English media has a big foresight when it comes to social media. Massive. The imprint needs to be there. The branding needs to be there. And it's mainly to do with that. It's mainly to do with branding. More followers, more numbers, more sales, more marketing, more everything. It is what it is. So Maresca is on there now, and I'm glad to see. Go and follow, because I think he's actually going to be active on there, which is pretty nice. But that's that. He also, in his first post on Instagram, mentioned that he's very proud to be the head coach of Chelsea. And he said, rest assured, I understand the expectation. So he's basically just asking for us to trust him. If you know what the expectation is, my friend, then you've got to deliver. But like I've said at the beginning of the season, I am not blaming him, no matter what happens, for good or for bad. If it goes badly, I ain't blaming Maresca. I've got other problems. If it goes really well, then I'm praising the owners and who hired him. Simple as that, because it's only fair. So let's hope it goes really well. But he understands the assignment, and he's on Instagram now, so you can keep in touch with him personally. Now, Pedro Neto has spoken on Maresca. Let's hear what he's had to say. The mentality we're taking with this season is to show we are Chelsea in every game. Not only in big games, we have to show ourselves in every game. The boys we have, we are transforming this team into a top team. That seems to be the messaging throughout from everyone involved. The team, that is, the main squad. There seems to be a good feel. It seems like everyone is glued in. The one thing that no one can deny. We understand that there's mistakes from players. We understand that sometimes levels are not hit. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. It's a bit turbulent. But one thing's for sure, compared to seasons past, the last couple, especially the one before last, you can see that everyone is on the same page here. Everyone is behind Maresca. Everyone is trying to do as he says. Everyone's trying to implement what they're told. Everyone is fully invested. You can tell. The energy is absolutely there. And you can see players. After after the Liverpool loss, after we lost 2-1, after that game, Jackson was sitting down on the pitch, just angry. Pedro Neto was slamming the pitch with his hands because he was just peed off. That's nice. It's good to see a bit of that. You know, you're not happy, good. Good. But they're invested. They are fully invested. And as players, especially young players that we know are not at the level that we hope Chelsea players are, you know. And when I say that, I mean the entire team. We used to have an entire team of killers. we know that these are young lads and they're not at that level. But it's nice to see that they're fully invested, because that's the bare minimum we can ask. So Pedro Neto, I think, is correct in saying everything he said here, and we'll see what happens moving forward with the rest of the season. Like I said, we are in a very tough batch of games now. This is where it gets serious, and we've got Newcastle on Sunday. Preview for that will be out tomorrow, so make sure you guys are here for that. Now, some good news. Ghent have been told to cover damage to Stamford Bridge that their fans caused and have been fined €40,000 by UEFA. Good. Because that was the bare minimum that needed to be done. What they done to the bridge on that day was outrageous. Just ripping seats out, throwing them, just complete damage. For what? What, like you lot really had a chance of coming to the bridge and winning? Come on. You know, I'm going to be Erling Haaland for the next 2 seconds. Humble yourselves. Now, that's all there is with Chelsea. Oh, actually, no, I've got one more thing to say with Chelsea. One very important thing. A huge shout out to, and in fact, I am going to bring her up on here because I feel like it's deserved. It's absolutely deserved. Huge shout out to Saraya. Check this out. Huge shout out to her because she had a press conference so handedly, right? Handled a press conference with Maresca today. Just her. It was weird because press conferences normally have like tons of journalists. Now, if they were there, they didn't speak. And if they weren't there, then great, because it was just her asking questions. The questions she was asking was like listening to poetry. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful questions. Questions that fans genuinely want to know about. Questions that are going to get Maresca, or not just Maresca, the manager, the head coach, whoever, thinking, get those fluids moving in their heads like, whoa, what is this? I've never been asked this before. She was asking all sorts of tactical questions, mental questions, psychological questions, all sorts that fans genuinely want journalists to ask Maresca. And she absolutely nailed it. If you haven't seen it, go and watch that press conference from earlier today. It's 10 minutes long. Go and listen to every single question that was asked. She absolutely nailed it. And she's received a ton of praise from everybody, and it's deserved. So, Saraya, big up to you, and keep doing what you're doing. You are honestly the one shining light in a midst of journalism crap. It's crazy. The press room is normally filled with headline chasers, right? And it's nice to see that someone is there genuinely asking legit questions to Maresca. And I think he appreciated too. You could see his responses, and he was clear and honest and intrigued and listening and fully invested. So keep it up. And listen, Saraya doesn't work for Chelsea Football Club. Saraya is affiliated with the Premier League. So she has access not just to Chelsea, but to all of these sorts of presses. But she's a Chelsea fan. She's been given this access now to be able to ask questions to Maresca, just to let Chelsea and everyone know if this does get out. She's the best one that there is in that room, right? So keep her in place there. Here's my message, basically. And again, shout out to you, Saraya. I know she's watching, so big up to you. Now, yesterday, I want to talk about that game that happened. Right, Man United drew again, didn't they? Well, they could have lost. They really could have lost. And the way the game went was just bizarre. Fenerbahce being 1-0 down, and then they're coming into the game. You could see Onana with the fantastic double save that he made. And there were a couple of other occasions. But then there was a penalty claim. And Jose gets sent off. I'm not surprised. But because he's been sent off so many times, like at this point, it's like, oh, okay. But this was actually, when you go back and you look at it, how? How did he actually get sent off, and why? And why was a penalty not given to Fenerbahce? Like, that was legit. Fenerbahce really could have won last night, and that would have been a catastrophe for Man United, who I'm going to come to in a sec. But Jose, after the game, left us with another classic soundbite that is going to be added to the greatest hits album. It just is. It's going to be added to the greatest hits, right? Another one. Talking about the referee. How the referee somehow told him that he had one eye on the penalty claim and he had another eye on Jose's behaviour on the touchline. And he said that he has one eye over there and one eye over here. That's the reason. That's why he's the best referee in the world. And then after that, he sends a plea out to the bottom half of the Premier League table saying that the only solution at this point for Jose to avoid all of this is to just not play in UEFA competition. So if any Premier League club, he said to the English reporters, any Premier League club that are in the bottom half, if they need a coach in 2 years, then to let him know. So West Ham, Everton, you guys are in for a chance if you do want Jose, apparently. That's according to him. So that's that. But that was the Fenerbahce Jose side of it. I can't wait for the game at Old Trafford. If there is going to be a game at Old Trafford, there is surely, right? Or maybe not. I'm not sure if there is going to be a game at Old Trafford. Because the format's changed. So it's like you play each team once, I think. But it doesn't have to be home and away. It's one or either, I think. But Erik ten Hag, just listen to this. He says, I deny and ignore that Spurs game because the red card was overturned. He denies the game, people. He denies it. He denies it. Now, that was said yesterday. I come across this quote today, and I'm like, what? After yesterday's game, he actually had the audacity, after drawing 1-1 with Fenerbahce, your Manchester United, with Fenerbahce, yeah, who Jose before the game came out and said United are on a superior level. Like, we're going to have to be honest, we'll give it our best shot, but there is a gap. After the game, Jose said United got the draw. As in, we should have got the win. They leave with a draw. They should be happy. They should have lost. Ten Hag actually came out after yesterday's game and said, we're hard to beat. Listen, all I'm going to say at this point is it's looking like he's going to be in charge at Man United for the Chelsea game, and I'm bloody happy he is. So listen, United, I'm sorry, but you've got a big problem. And I'm ending it here because I can't go on any longer. It's it's mad what I'm trying to comprehend that's coming out of this geezer's mouth. Okay, let me add one more. Before the Fenerbahce game, he compared himself with Jose, saying, oh, yeah, we both win trophies. What? He's comparing himself to someone who has 37 titles to his name. I'm done. United, please keep Ten Hag forever. I need a lifetime contract. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Much appreciated. I will catch all of you tomorrow for the preview to Chelsea versus Newcastle. Make sure you guys are here. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to keep track of Man United throughout this weekend and beyond because it's just hilarious at this point. It actually just is. So let me know your thoughts on them and what was said. And I'll see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. In a bit, people. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.